Hello everybody, welcome to this week's IT. This week's ITL tells you a little bit about the APRS, how I got my setup and everything else. That way if you're interested in it, I can go further more in depth with this, but I'll tell you what, it would take me forever. I mean, I could spend hours and hours talking about this because of the different things you can do with it, getting into the nitty-gritty a little bit with it and stuff, but it just ain't, I mean, if it's something you might be interested in, once you get into it, you'll learn a lot more about this. I mean, there is just so much you could do with APRS, and you just don't have to use. I mentioned about my cell phone. You just don't have to use a cell phone. You can use an Android tablet if you want to. Anything without cell service, as long as it has the GPS built into it, so it can get to longitude and latitude. It's all it really needs. And be able to handle APRS, of course. APRS Droid. Something, like I said, you can go on and on and on. You don't even need specifically the UV5R. You can do several different handheld radios. I mean, like I said, it can go on and on and on. But this was just basically just trying to get your feet wet, trying to explain how I got it set up. So I hope this week's ITL does that for you. Let's go on into what I have recorded. Yeah. Well, we're out here on the front porch. It's supposed to rain. It looks like it's going to rain off and on, but it looks like it might hold off though. Oh, let's go ahead and start in with what I mentioned last week about APRS. First place was asked, what does it stand for, APRS? Or can I have a valve? Actually, what it stands for is Automatic Packet Reporting System. And what do you need for it? Just in case you might get interested in it. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, why not shoot the video? Okay, first off, you're going to need your ham license, your F from the FCC. You need to go in, take a test. You spend, what was it, like 15, 20 bucks? Something like that. The money doesn't go for taking the test for the FCC. Basically, the money goes to for rental building, because I mean the people's got to pay for electric and everything, but that's what it goes for. After you get your minimum tech license, that's all you need for this. You need why not get yourself your hands on a Baofeng UV5R? Cheap radio. Mine's, the antenna's starting to get a little bowed, but that's okay, it straightens right out in time. I got a couple of them anyway. But UV5R, that's the radio. Have yourself a cell phone, Android cell phone. That's what I'm using. And then I've showed this before, the patch cord. Just lost something. Oh. Now this patch cord comes with an adapter for Apple phones. But all it does is hook your UV5R to your Android phone. Simple. Gotta turn it the right way. Just plug it into the earphone microphone jack. At the other end, trying to make it so I don't drop anything. Pick up your little door for your mic and your SP, and you plug her in. Then, you download APRS Droid. The APRS Droid is the app you need to be able to do it, of course. The APRS Droid costs, I think it was $5 to do it. You set your UV5R Vox on at, I started at 5. You can work it up and down as you need to from there. The APRS Droid, there is some settings that you'll have to do onto it because it's set up for several different radios. Now, the main setting, let me get this thing here. Maybe better off just to unplug it for now until I'm talking. The main setting for the APRS, we bring it up. Sorry about this. You go into your preferences for setup, and you come up with your preference screen. Now, if you look at the preference screen, it'll go down through for your call sign, because you'll have to set it up. You'll have to actually, whenever you get to before you can even get this far, you'll have to go online and get a code for it. What it is, you put your call sign in and they make a code for you to match your call sign. You add it into the APRS Droid, then it unlocks it so you can use it. It's all that is free. But you'll give your call sign, your SSID, which is handheld radio for me. Number 7, the APRS DigiPath, which is wide 1 for me. And the connection preferences. Now that's the one you got to worry about. The connection preferences. I got it set to AFSK, and I learned that through the website on APRS Droid. You can go to it and it'll answer all the questions you have. I've got mine to work. The rest of it, basically I left alone. But then you plug it in. Set it up, you plug it in. I turn my UV5R to about half volume on it, and once you're outside, I can't do this inside. I've already set it up and tried it out inside. Once you do it outside, what it does is it uses by setting it up, it uses the GPS off your cell phone and reports it through packets through your UV5R to repeaters, and then that goes online, and you can actually go to Google Maps. If you look it up, it's I think it's .fi. All you gotta do is look up Google Maps APRS and it'll come up, and then what you can do with it is you can actually have it where you're saving your own maps and actually detect where you're going. And this actually works for not just on roads like Google Maps does. This will actually show if you're hiking, boating, anything like that. What I'm planning on using it for is, due to my physical limitations, I tend to call the wife on a regular basis while I'm out on a long trip. And this way, if I miss a call or if I'm running late, if she worries about it, she can go right up on it, punch it in on the computer and see if it's moving. If I'm moving, it means I just missed a call or I lost track of time. If it stops and it doesn't move for a long period of time, and she tries to get a hold of me, say my cell phone's not working, because say there's no repeaters picking it up, or my battery's dead. Well, it won't be my cell phone, won't be battery dead, but say I'm not answering the phone call for some reason, and she sees it stops for a long period of time and doesn't move, she has a starting point where to start looking. Now this setup, it can actually be used for other things too. And using the same patch cord, you could do SSTV, which I've actually already started playing with. Kind of cool. It's nothing spectacular though. But you're just setting pictures, pictures, and scan. It'll actually on a receive. You scan. You use two different free apps, but you use one to send and use one to receive. Say if you're not at home, you like to send the picture home. It's not great its quality, but it does send and receive. Kind of cool, something to play with. This here, you can actually, the APRS, you can actually use for several things too. I mean, it's actually quite large of extensive things you can use it for. What I would be able to use for, I described. You can also send small texts from one person using the APRS droid to another person using the APRS droid, and it doesn't use. You're not using anything like your cell phone service to do that. It's just sending it right over your radio. Kind of cool. It doesn't matter if the guy is right down the road or your buddy is cleaning around the world. As long as you know they're up, you're sending it to them. They can get it. Now, the tracking part, you gotta remember, just about everybody can see that is into the APRS and looking up online. If you look up APRS on Google Maps, you can actually see where they're at, all the longitude and latitude. Yeah, that could be, you could see that as a negative, but I'm gonna tell you, these do that all the time. These send it all the information all the time. If you don't think it does, you're fooling yourself. And I mean, there's so much other things I was going to talk about. Give me a minute, please. But anyway, you could do so much. These are used in different. The APRS is used in different ways. Actually, there's a lot of cars actually have it built right into it. You actually go up on APRS, the maps, and find weather stations that are constantly put out the weather, local weather for you. I mean, it is a large amount of things you can do with this thing. And it's something cool to play with. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, I already have I didn't get my tech license just for this, so I already have my cell phone, I already have my radio. I paid $5 for the APRS droid. The cord was right around 20 bucks. And the frequency, that popped in my head. The frequency, actually, I got it pre-programmed into my. But anyway, in America, it's 144.39 and the megahertz. And what I do with my UB5R is I take it. I normally have it in channel mode. I take it out of that and put it in frequency mode, and I have both frequencies set at that frequency, at the 144.39. That way, it will. Hopefully, you won't get any interference, and your packets will get through. You could do more research in this if you want to. I know I miss a lot, kind of scattered here. This has been a rough week for me. I apologize for it, but it's just been a rough week. And actually, right now, I'm actually waiting for an appliance to come that was ordered several weeks ago and it's supposed to be in today, and I'm still waiting. This is MuzzleMike. Hoping you all have a great week. Signing out.